Welcome back to a new episode of TBR Tackle. It is Valentine's Day, actually, and I am hanging out at home alone, but that is okay. I am perfectly happy to do that because my birthday is the beginning of February, then there's Valentine's Day, and then my husband's birthday, and then it's our wedding anniversary. There's just a lot that happens, and it's like one every week. And we had said a long time ago that Valentine's Day out of all of those is really not that important. I would much rather celebrate our birthdays and our anniversary. So that's what we do. So today I had to work, and then, oh my God, I just want a bagel. It's just me for dinner. I'm just gonna give myself a bagel, but there it goes. It wouldn't come apart. Anyways, so Caden got out of school early today, which heck yeah, cool for him. And my husband had mentioned maybe we'll go snowboard. And I texted him whilst I was at work and was like, hey, go snowboard. Treat it like this is your birthday. Your birthday falls in the week. You're not gonna be able to go do anything fun on your actual birthday because we have jobs and work life stuff. So go, take Caden and go. Have fun. And he was like, okay. So they went snowboarding. They're still there and they'll be there for a while yet. And that's totally fine with me. I get to hang out at home with that needy mother trucker right there. And then the dogs. We're going to hang out. I'm going to read because I still haven't finished Gone Girl. I knew that was going to happen. But I am going to read that tonight. I do get to open this though with, I did finish. Oh, it was so good. I finished Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. 5 stars. 5 stars. No hesitation. No regrets. 5 fucking stars. Madison and Lillian, their dynamic, I understood it. This novel, I think it spoke to a part of me that is so real and is raw, and I love that. Madison grew up with money and Lillian did not. Lillian is used to having to do whatever it takes to survive and is stuck in this dead-end town with a dead-end job and no real prospects until Madison, who they were roommates for briefly in high school, Madison reaches out and offers her this potential job, becoming a nanny or a governess for her 2 stepchildren who, by the way, spontaneously combust. And it is the story of the summer of this happening. And Lillian as a character, yes, I just related so hard to her and I understood her. And I love the kids and I love the setting. It's in Tennessee. I have nothing but good things to say about it. It made me laugh. I got a little emotional. I didn't cry. I just jumped because of my bagel. But I laughed a little bit. No, I did laugh several times. It had just enough humor without it becoming too corny and over the top. It was so good. I'm so thrilled. That is my 5 star of the month probably, and that is a-okay with me. Absolutely loved it. And I just knew, I just had a feeling. We got I got halfway through and was oh, this is gonna be this, but I didn't want to jinx it. So I was don't think it. You can't think that it's gonna be a 5. Don't. I would just cut myself off, but it is. It's a 5 star. I love it so much. Check it out if you haven't already. I understand why people adore this book. It is, it's so good. And then I say I'm a horror girly, but then I feel the books that I keep giving 5 stars to are these amazing found family, coming of age, self-discovery novels. So maybe that's what I actually need to read, or maybe because I read so few of them that when I do read them, they're very powerful, and that's why I rate them so highly. I don't know. I loved it. I don't want to psychoanalyze it too much. Check it out. Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. That's my endorsement. I'll see you soon. It's Sunday. What am I doing today? Well, I keep saying this. Maybe it'll finally make it true. I'm gonna finish this damn book. I have to. I have to finish it. I'm over myself with this book. So, princess, I'm gonna finish this. How am I gonna finish this? I've got some reading sprints pulled up on my TV. I'm gonna do some, they're old, but I'm gonna do some reading sprints with Gavin from Gavin Reads It All. That's gonna motivate me. I'm also trying to edit some stuff. I've got my computer in my lap. I've got books here. So I guess here's my thought. During the reading sprints, during reading time, I'm gonna read. During the chatty bits, I'm gonna work on my editing, maybe do some chores that need to be done around the house. But my goal is to finish some books. I have today, because it's the weekend, but then I'm off tomorrow because of the holiday, because of President's Day. Caden is off school, so I'm not sure how much reading, but I have reading freedom time right now because Caden has finished his chores, which means he has earned screen time, and he is upstairs. I've got a good couple hours before I need to like do dinner or anything else. So like, I am in my own way. I need to finish this because I really also need to start and finish my own Budam book club pick because everyone else has finished it. All the other people in my family have finished it except for me, and I scheduled our meeting to go over it next weekend. So, bitch, you gotta get it done. Okay, so I'm gonna work on finishing Gone Girl. I might then read this as a quick like palate cleanser and then jump into Anxious People by Frederick Backman. I don't know. We'll see what I can do. I don't have much faith in myself, but let's do this. It's Monday. Happy President's Day. I'm back. So I did my reading sprints last night with Mr. Gavin from Gavin Reads It All, and let me tell you, that was so helpful. Body doubling for us neurodivergent folks is such a great tool, and it's so simple. Just having someone doing like the same thing as you or being near you can help you get so much done and be productive. So body doubling, if you aren't aware, is basically when you're trying to do a task. I keep thinking like washing dishes. Like, I really need to wash my dishes. I have no motivation to wash my dishes. The dopamine is not there. If I can have someone just stand near me in the kitchen while I need to do the dishes, I'm much more likely to get it done. Because it's this phenomenon of having another person there that is like mirroring you or like doing the same thing, so it makes you want to do it as well. And it can apply to everything, not just chores. So like, I use chores as an example. I will body double Caden when I have him do his laundry. When he's putting his laundry away, I'll be in here doing my laundry, and then we're both doing it at the same time. And that's really effective. I was like, I have to finish Gone Girl. Like, I have to. It is dragging on way longer than I thought it was. I started it at the beginning of the month. I started it on my birthday, and we're halfway through the month now, and I still hadn't finished it. And I was like, I just have to get through this book, but I couldn't motivate myself. So I put on some reading sprints. You can just search those on YouTube, and a lot of popular booktubers do them, where they go live on their channel and they chat, and then they set like a Pomodoro timer, which I've talked about before as well. Those are super incredibly helpful for people like me as well, where they'll set a timer for like 50 minutes, maybe an hour, and then we just sit together and read, and it's quiet, and you're reading together. And so if you look up to look at the TV, they're just reading, and the timer's on the screen, and it's like counting down. And then when the timer goes off, then there's like a break, and then they chat, or they do like online games or read comments and interact with you. And it's just a great thing. Sometimes I catch it live when it actually happens. I've been going back and watching like old ones. And then when he's just chatting or whatever, I put it on, like I speed it up, and I'll do something else during that time. Maybe I'm updating my reading spreadsheets, or I'm making some graphics on Canva, or I'm editing. So it's on in the background. So again, we're just doing something together, And then when it goes back to reading, I put it back to normal speed and read some more. All that to say, I finished Gone Girl last night. I did it. I finished this book finally. I'm giving it a 3.5. I get why people like it. I get why it became the like cult phenomenon that it did. And I understand like the movie adaptation. I do want to watch the film adaptation. I still need to ask my husband if he wants to watch it. Otherwise, my friend has it and she's like, I will watch it again with you. It became a slog for me. It became I just need to get through this book. I am over it. I get it. You're both shitty people. You're both fucked up. You're both crazy. And I mean that literally. Like, Amy is a sociopath. I get it. And Nick, you've got some weird whatever's going on with you too, where you can't, you're both messed up, okay? Fine, be together, kill each other for all I care. But I'm over it. I'm done. It's all secrets and it's all lies and it's all, how can I just twist the knife in? But see, I really do know you. I know exactly what you're going to do. So you're twisting the knife in yourself. It wasn't me. You did this to yourself. And okay. It's a 3.5 for me. Like it was good. I get it. It's just, I don't know. I think because it was so goddamn slow, I just lost interest. I just didn't care anymore. So maybe it's not a 3.5. The more I talk, the more I'm like, it kind of sounds like I hated this book. The writing is great. Like, she's a phenomenal writer. I still want to read other Gillian Flynn stuff. I still want to check out, I have like Sharp Objects and Dark Places like on my TBR. Like, I still do want to check those out eventually, but if they're as slow as this, I don't think I'm going to be a fan of her writing. So, oh well, I finished it. It's done. This will probably go into a little free library. I don't need to keep this mass market movie edition paperback that was gifted to me a long time ago. The other thing I did last night, I finished that and I was like, I kind of need a palate cleanser. I need something to get over it. So I read this. I read Inside the Mind of Sherlock Holmes, The Case of the Scandalous Ticket. This is a graphic novel that was inspired by the works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It says from the works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I don't actually know if The Scandalous Ticket is an actual short story. Does that make sense? Anyways, but this has been adapted by Cyril Léron and Benoit Dehan. I'm not sure if I'm saying their names correctly. They are French. This was originally published in like 2019 and 2021 respectively as a two-part set. So it was part 1 and part 2 in French, like in France. And then they combined the issues and translated them into this English version in 2023 is what we have here. So I read this last night. This was so much fun. I loved this. It is very interactive. So like this has a little cutout here. And the whole part of this, and I love that so you have a case, but the big thing is you are literally looking in Sherlock's brain for how it's supposed to be like an examination of how he like processes stuff. So the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. And throughout the novel, once a case shows up, you start following this little red thread, and it leads you through all of these like clues, and from like page to page, as you are like following the thread of Sherlock's brain. This is supposed to be like a cutaway of his brain and how he is like analyzing stuff. It's so cool. There are fun little places in here of like, look at this page through a light. Fold this page gently and compare, like fold them so that they meet in the middle and you can compare little drawings on the edge. This was so fun to read and it was such a good visualization of the Sherlock Holmes novels, and as someone who grew up reading them and was obsessed with them, this is phenomenal. So if you really like Sherlock Holmes but you're not so sure about graphic novels, try this. It's delightful. This is a 4.5. I really, really loved this. Caden is interested in it. I'm not sure if I want him to read it, just because it has murder and stuff in it. So I don't know. And I also don't know if he would quite understand some of the concepts of here. It's definitely written for adults, but this was fun. It's beautiful. I love the art. I would stop periodically and be like, look at this, and like show my husband and make him look at it. And he was like, it's very cool. So I did finish 2 things last night, which is so exciting. What is next? I have the audiobook of A Dash of Salt and Pepper by Kosoko Jackson. It is finally ready, and I don't know if I'm going to start that today. I might save it. I'm off work today for the holiday, but I do go back to work tomorrow, so I might save it and start it for tomorrow. But if I decide I want to like work on a puzzle or something, because I have been working on puzzles, I will like insert some of the little clips of the puzzles I've been working on. I like to work on puzzles and listen to an audiobook at the same time. So I do, that is an option for today. If I finish whatever else I want to do, I might listen to my audiobook and do some puzzling. The other thing I am definitely going to start though today is Anxious People, which is downstairs. It is on my couch because I was about to start it. I didn't bring it up here. But I'm about to start Anxious People by Frederick Backman because that is the family book club pick. It is my pick and everyone else has finished it but me. Are you surprised? No, don't be surprised. And I went ahead and scheduled our book discussion for next weekend. So I have 6 days. I can finish it in 6 days, but I had to give myself a hard deadline so that I would actually finish it on time. I've kind of floundered this month, I feel like, when it comes to physically reading, but I'm going to read it today, see how much I can get done, and I'll pop back in. Thanks for being here. It's Thursday. This is the final clip of this TBR Tackle. You saw me on Monday. It has been a couple days. So I ended up staying home sick on Tuesday. I think I just kind of ate something weird Monday night and ended up getting sick. So I called in and stayed home. Wednesday was my day off. I did a Whip Wednesday. I ran some errands. I didn't read anything on Wednesday. So nothing exciting to report there. And today is Thursday and it's my husband's birthday, which is really exciting. So I've already been up this morning. I took Caden to school. I went and grabbed myself and my husband some coffee and some of his like favorite-ish donuts. I know what he likes. So we both got a fun coffee. This one is called Breakfast for Two. And it's white chocolate, brown sugar, cinnamon, and hazelnut. And then I got him a box of chocolates, which is mocha, caramel, and coconut, which is him 100%. Oh, that's good. The brown sugar cinnamon is very forward. That's delightful. Excellent. Absolutely. 100%. I do have some quick book updates and then we'll wrap this baby up. So I have started, I did start Anxious People. I got to Anxious People. You saw that. I'm about 125 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know how to explain this book without like giving too much of it away, but I really love these narratives. I've read a couple books like this and I tend to really, really love them, where the storylines intersect. So we have these 8 individuals and then somehow or other their lives have actually intersected and crossed at various points in various ways. And it's this overarching story of how you as an individual don't realize how much your life crosses paths with so many others. Good morning, Washington. Like how, how your life actually ends up just, again, crossing paths with so many people, and the intersections and what you do affects others. And that's being played out very well in this book, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So we've got, the story of a would-be bank robber who ends up holding these individuals hostage in an apartment situation, but we're getting the perspective of the hostages as they're being like interviewed by the police. So we're getting like this story, and then it will intersect, or it'll cross over to a transcript of an interview with the various members of that situation. I'm really enjoying it so far. I have a couple more days before I need to finish it, so I will definitely be reading that tonight. Yep. The other book I started is A Dash of Salt and Pepper. I was, again, not feeling well Tuesday, so I didn't feel like doing anything other than reading and puzzling. So I started a brand new puzzle. It is called I Love Indiana. It was one we got for my birthday, and I sat and worked on that. I had originally filmed an entire section of me working on it, and then I scrapped it. I was like, no one wants to watch me put together a puzzle, so got rid of that. But I worked on that for hours, and I listened to the audiobook of A Dash of Salt and Pepper while I worked on that puzzle. I made it to about 50%. I made it to chapter 16. I think I listened to 16, but then maybe I didn't. But I guess technically I made it 170 pages in, so about halfway through the book. It's interesting. We are following Xavier, and he is back home in his really small town, and he hates it. He has lost his job. He's lost a job opportunity. His boyfriend has dumped him, and he is mad and sad because he's had to move back home with his parents, and he doesn't want to be there. Enter in Logan, who is a restaurateur, and he owns this new hop-in restaurant called The Wharf in town, and everyone seems to love him. And they kind of start off as enemies. They have a weird interaction where Xavier thinks Logan is breaking into his home, and that's how they meet. So kind of enemies, but it's almost like Xavier is holding all of this rage towards Logan, because it's Logan is willingly put himself in this small town, is choosing to make a life and career for himself in this small town, and Xavier wants to get away. And it's he can't understand why anyone would choose not just to stay in this town called Harper's Cove. Why would you stay there, but why would you even choose to come here and try and make your living here? So there's a lot of tension there, and then we find out that Logan needs a sous chef for his restaurant. Xavier is a good cook, and he has been hired to be the sous chef, and we are just kind of starting to see their potential relationship unfold. Logan is also a single dad, and he is a little bit older than Xavier. I think the dash of salt and pepper comes in. He's described as having salt and pepper hair, and he's covered in tattoos, and has a baritone voice, which sounds hot to me, so whatever. This is Xavier. Xavier is our main character, and I can't tell if he's coded as having OCD or just an anxiety disorder. He's constantly giving stats and figures, and is did you know that 1 in whatever number of people, like, fatal accidents happen. Like, he's constantly with these numbers. So there's some stuff going on there. But it's cute so far. I'd say since I'm halfway through and nothing has really happened yet, it's definitely a slow burn. They're just now moving to, like, they're working together, and, like, they're starting to build a rapport of working together and, like, having a working relationship. Xavier obviously finds Logan hot as hell. Xavier is gay, is openly gay. We don't know what Logan is. We have no idea. So he was previously married to a woman, had his child, Anne, but we don't know what his current, like, we don't know. And that's cool. That's totally fine. And that's part of the story, is that Xavier doesn't know either. And so people have, like, pushed him to try and, like, make a move. And he's like, 1, he's my boss. 2, I hate him. Like, 3, I don't even know what his status or situation is. And he's got a kid, and he's older than, like, right, all of these things. But he is also, like, he's hot and notices Logan's body and notices his, like, his voice and stuff like that. But definitely kind of a slow burn, because nothing's really happened other than there's been a couple of, like, cute moments where, like, I'm listening and I'm like, oh, I like that. So that's been fun. But I'm gonna leave this video here. I have to work today. I am going to listen to my audiobook. I might finish it today. I've got about 4.5 hours left of it. I have to work for 5.5 hours, and then we have a game tonight. Caden's got, I think, his final game, and I listen to an audiobook while he plays his game, so there's a good chance I will finish this tonight. And we'll see if I can read. It kind of depends on what my husband wants to do. I know that he will want Indian food, and I will be bringing home Indian food for dinner. And then, but like I said, Caden's got a game, so then it just kind of depends on what he wants to do after the game. So yeah. But I'm gonna end this here. Oh, the other fun thing is I have a new camera. I'm really excited. I have a new camera. My husband bought it for me. He's the best. And I'm excited to play with it and have not film on my phone. So yeah, it's not quite ready for use yet. I still need to get a couple things, like we need memory cards and extra batteries and stuff, but those will be here this weekend. So fingers crossed, I will be recording on a new camera here really soon, and that's exciting. So I guess stay tuned for that. But I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work. I will see you all very, very soon. In the meantime, be easy with your hearts.